All right. Let me welcome you guys. I'm so excited for you guys today because I do have something amazing. Probably Carla, that's probably you. But I have something amazing to share with you guys today. And that's the whole concept of literally infinite banking. Give me thumbs up if you could hear me loud and clear. That's probably Carla. Give me thumbs up if you can hear me. But I want to be able to describe to you today the way you have never understood infinite banking. Okay, post here, let me know you're right here live with me at the moment. I want to say that. Okay, post, let me know you're right here with me. But you see, the concept of infinite banking is a like versed concept. Everybody's talking about it, and right now, the wealthy people, a lot of people are transferring their money, and they are moving money away, even from your stock market. They are moving money away from a lot of places. Why are they doing that though? Think about that. Why are people taking money away from the stock market? There's got to be a reason for that. Why are they doing that? So right now, as we speak, there is a massive cash movement from the stock market, and people are moving money away into a safe zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover with you guys, really, the detailed information on why index universal life is a good option for infinite banking, and most importantly, why it's everybody right now doing infinite banking. So let's get started. If you're taking notes with me right now, you probably want to take down infinite banking concept, understanding the concept. I want you guys to understand what is an index universal life concept. I'm going to talk about the flexible premium, the interest rates. I'm also going to cover with you guys the growth potential, flexibility. I'm going to also go over why is this so popular right now. That's right, thumbs up. That's probably Keller right there. Thumbs up to you. Protection for the market downsides, but most importantly, if I sue you right now, I can't touch that money. Why? So I'm going to break down a lot of stuff for you. This is meant to educate you. This is meant to make you better, because guys, there are multiple ways for you to make money. Okay, you could be asset poor, you could be mind rich. If you go into what we call a growth mindset, money will catch up eventually. Let me say that one more time. If you grow with what we call a growth mindset, money is going to catch up with the growth mindset. Give me thumbs up if you're liking what I'm saying. Cajun, hello from Germany. Nice to see you right there, my friend. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a shout out. If you post comments, give thumbs up, I'll make sure I give you a shout out. Let's continue. Okay, so first of all, what is infinite banking, and why should you even care about this? Why does it even matter to you? The concept of infinite banking, you can break it down. Infinite means infinite, like forever. Banking is like what? Your banking system. So why care about infinite banking? Very simple. The new ways today that you can really protect your money and make sure that you're keeping your money to yourself. Augustine, very nice to see you. Okay? Give me a thumbs up. Everybody give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and do that. So I want to drive traffic here because I want to make sure that everybody understands this knowledge we're sharing today. Like why indexing? Why everybody going crazy about it? Let me break it down. Number one, infinite banking is a financial strategy. That's exactly what it is. It leverages like specially designed whole life insurance policies, or even what we call an index universal life, which is whole life come in various types. But specifically, there's one we call index universal life, also known as IUL. That stand out particularly effective vehicle for implementing infinite banking. The concept of IBC, infinite banking concept, okay, IBC, it's demonstrated very well with IUL. You see, by the way, life purpose, it's very nice to see you here, my friend. Okay, you see, in this video today, you guys are going to learn so much, because I'm going to give you a very detailed guide to explore why IUL is compelling choice for infinite banking. Guys, let's delve into the features, the benefits, and the strategic advantages. You see, understanding infinite banking. Number one, you see, it's a strategy that was developed by a guy by the name Nelson. His name is Nelson Nash, okay? So Nelson Nash developed the concept of infinite banking. But why though? Why is Nelson Nash going crazy about infinite banking? It's very simple. Because you see, it involves using a properly structured whole life insurance policy as a personal banking system. So in other words, you become your own bank. That's the whole idea. BYOB. Become your own bank. The idea is this, that all the fees you're paying to the banks, all of the chargebacks to the banks, the banks making all of the interest rates. For the first time, you have an opportunity to act like your own bank. So instead of going to the bank, you actually fund your own banking system. That's the whole idea. You say the index universal life build cash value for you. So you accumulate cash over a period of time. You have access to funds. So when you need money, it's there. Because think about it. If you have a house, how do you take money out of your house? It's very hard. House is one of those very hard, very, very hard to pull money from, because you either have to do what we call home equity line of credit, known as HELOC, or you're going to have to refinance the house, or you have to sell the house. So to convert your house to cash, it's a tall order. But in these IUL, you have access to cash. So when you need money, you could go in there, you could pull money out. You see, they also loan repayment. You can repay the policy loan with interest. In other words, you can replenish the cash value that you just pull out. You can pull the money back. It's kind of crazy if you really understand how this works. So the approach here offers individual greater control, over your finances, over your money. It gives you that choice, enabling you to finance major expenses in your life, like to invest in opportunities, like you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to buy this. You can invest in a lot of stuff. You can also manage your debt, because you pull money out, pay your debt off, using the infinite banking concept, without have to rely on a traditional banking institutions. That's how powerful this is. Now, what is index universal life insurance? What exactly is it though? Let's break it down for a moment, okay? Just a second. Let's break it down. All right. Index universal life insurance is a type of permanent life insurance that combines the death benefit with the cash value component together. That's what it is. So the cash value grows based on a credited interest that is tied to the performance specific index, stock market index. Typically, it's tied to what we call the S&P 500, which is Standard & Poor 500, without directly investing in the marketplace. I know it can be confusing, but let me slow down. So your money right here, instead of being directly attached to the stock market, S&P 500 is not. They don't do that way. So your money, you're getting credits for your cash. Like it mirrors the interest rates of Standard & Poor in the stock market, but your money is not directly connected to the market. So because of that, when the market goes down, you don't have to worry about losing any money at all, because your money is going in the stock market. But when the market goes up, you make money because they mirror the interest rates of the stock market. So they have something we call a stop loss, also known as a floor. A stop loss meaning no loss, or a floor simply means when the market goes up, you make money, but when the market goes down, so let's say the market is down by 10%, by 20%, Mr. Beast, it's very nice to see you here, my man, okay? So market goes down 10%, 20%, 30%, you are not impacted at all, so your money is safe. Because of that, the wealthy people, they did a calculation. Rather than me putting my money in the stock market, and this is money I want to rely on in the future, I would rather put the money in an infinite banking concept, like in the life insurance, like an IUL, so that my money is safe. Guy, it's a very smart way to put money away, okay? Now, watch this, okay? Watch this. You say the cash value grows is based on the credited interest, in the marketplace. And so you have what we call the flexibility of premiums, meaning you can adjust your premium and the timing of premium payments within a certain limits. So you have a choice. You're not locked in oh my God, if you don't pay your premium this month, you are no. You got flexibility. Number two, you have what we call an adjustable death benefit because it's still a life insurance. So if you die, it still will pay insurance to your beneficiary. So as a result, you can adjust your death benefit. If you say, for example, you bought a house, you bought a car, you have a new baby, you can increase the volume of your coverage. You're older, you're about to retire, you can decrease, the volume of your coverage. So you have what we call adjustable death benefit. By the way, not all plans work like this. That's why Index Universal Life is very specific. And that's the reason why it works very well with the infinite banking concept. The third one is called interest credit. You say, let me put it to you this way, okay? Mr. Beast, I see you're posting questions right there. I am from Nigeria. He's asking me where I'm from. I'm from Nigeria. I'm right here in the US. I spent majority of my life right here in the States. Let me get right into it. Policy loans. You can borrow your own money and you can pay yourself back. So this means typically you have access. When I say access, guys, it's unbelievable. You have access to your own money, and it's unbelievable. Like you borrow your own money and you replenish your own account. Isn't that amazing, folks? Think about this for a second. Where do you go and get all of this? And this also an investment? Yes. So this is the reason why Index Universal Life is a flexible premium, is adjustable death benefit, interest credits, policy loans. You have all this flexibility. But let me continue. It's not over yet. Why is IUL, Index Universal Life, why is it ideal for infinite banking? Why Skynet, Mr. Beast, all of you guys on right now, the question is why? Curler, why is this? Let me share with you the reason why, So for all of you that are right here with me, why? Here's the reason why. You see, right now, if we're going to use a house as a concept, I want you to think about it for a second. If we're going to use a house as a concept of infinite banking, you will struggle. So we're talking about infinite banking today, how you can become your own bank. So rather than having to go to a physical location of a bank, you can establish a plan and you can run that plan like a bank and save yourself a lot of money. So you don't have to deal with the bank fees. You don't have to deal with all the craziness of the banks. So the rich people are doing it. You don't have to be a millionaire to do it. Let me say that one more time. You could start with what you have now and you can start building that concept. It's a very simple concept. I've been doing a lot of this for my very wealthy client, but I decided that I need to educate the entire population about this because, imagine you have an investment, you're not paying taxes. Poor people pay so much taxes, it's ridiculous. And rich people can write off taxes everywhere they look. It's a write-off, it's a write-off, it's a write-off. But a poor person not making any money, you don't even have a choice. Let me give you an idea on how you can overcome that. So Index Universal Life, it's a classical example of how you can do that. So why is it ideal? IUL, here are the attributes and what makes it special. Number one is called the cash value accumulation. That's number one. So what does that really mean? You have a growth potential in IUL. Policies offer the opportunity for higher cash value growth compared to your traditional whole life policies. Thanks to the index linked, interest. So it is linked to S&P 500. So when the market goes up, let's say the market is 10%, they might give you like 6%. So you're not going to max out on the top. But in return, when the markets come crashing, you don't have to worry about that. Why? Because what they're basically saying is this: I'm going to protect you so you don't lose your money. So therefore, worst case scenario is zero. I mean, you don't make money, but you're never going to lose your money. So it's crazy. It's called equity indexing. So you have a potential for growth. And the funds, by the way, are available for borrowing if you need to borrow the funds. Number two, tax deferred. So let me explain why tax deferred is so strategic. Say, for example, if I'm putting $100 away every single month, I'm putting $100 away. At the end of the year, I have $1,200. Now, assuming I'm not getting tax on the money, guess what happened? My $1,200 is also doing what? It's making money for me. So the interest I'm making on my 1,200 continue to compound. I'm just using a simple number here. Continue to compound. So imagine that compounding for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years. My money growth unbelievable because of compound interest. So as a result, anytime you hear tax defer, it's a beautiful thing. It allows your money to grow very, very quickly. By the way, that's an IUL, Industry Universal Life. Second part of the IUL is flexibility in premium and benefits. You see, the premium flexibility, if you're having a hard time, you could reduce your contribution. If you're having a good time, you could increase your contribution. It's flexible. You say, you can do that. You can say, oh, by the way, hey, here's my mortgage payment. My mortgage is $5,000 a month. Oh, by the way, this month I only want to pay $2,000. Oh, by the way, next month it doesn't work like that. So, you say, this plan allow you that flexibility. The next thing it does, is it gives you an opportunity for what we call adjustable debt benefit. So if I go right now, let's say I took out a loan for $1 million, I can increase my life insurance by $1 million coverage. That's amazing. So if I die, my family can keep whatever business or property I just bought. On the other way around, I'm older, I'm scaling down, I can reduce my assets, and I can also lower my debt benefit. It's amazing, guys. It's flexible. Tax advantages. Are you ready? Somebody asked me a question yesterday. Incredible, very smart guy. He says to me, and I thought it was very profound questions. He says to me, listen, I have a question for you. Shoot. He says, why is it, that I can borrow my own money, and why is it that I'm not getting taxed? He says, if I put $100,000 in the plan, and I end up with $200,000, you're telling me that I don't get any taxes? I said, no. It's like, it makes no sense. Why would the insurance company do that? And I was smiling. You say, when you go to borrow money from the banks, are you taxed for that? No, you're not. So when you borrow, a loan is not a taxable event. Let me say that one more time. A loan is not a taxable event. So because of that, you don't have to worry at all. Because when you borrow your own money, you borrow tax-free. You got it? So guess what you will do? You will take out a policy, and then you build the cash, tremendous amount of cash, massive amount of cash. And then you go in there and you borrow your own money, no taxes. Hello. Guys, I'm telling you, it's not even fair. Guys, the one thing rich people have over poor people is called knowledge. It's called knowledge. Because a rich person understands this, and guess what they do? They use this knowledge all the time. Next, let's talk about what we call, the guaranteed minimum interest rates. This is right here where they protect you from the downside of the marketplace, which I talk about. So a lot of them even come with what we call a minimum interest rates. So because of the stock market, the S&P 500, so some of these companies, like insurance companies, they'll give you 1%, 2%, 3%. Like they actually give you a floor, which means no matter what happens, you're going to get this amount of interest rate. It's just a powerful concept. They also give you the participation in the upside, like I mentioned earlier. So market is doing well, you're good. Let me tell you why it's powerful. If you are on a fixed interest rate, it doesn't matter. If the market is 10%, guess what? The only thing you're going to get, the only thing you're going to get is that fixed interest rate. So if they're giving you 5, it's 5. If market is 10, it doesn't matter, you're 5. If market goes negative 10, it doesn't matter, you're 5. Fixed means it's fixed for the entire duration. If it's volatile, like in the stock market, if market is doing 10%, you get 10%. If market is negative 10%, it's a negative 10%. This is special because if the market goes up, you participate in the rate, but the market goes down crashing, you don't participate in the losses. It makes it very special. The next one's called leverage your compound interest. Let's talk about that for a second, okay? You see, compound interest, like Einstein says, is one of the wonders of the world. It's called compound interest. By continuously borrowing and repaying your loans, policyholder can effectively leverage compound interest within the policy. So because you're making money on your on your cash, and it's compounding, you're basically, it's a reinvestments, that accelerates your wealth building and enhances the overall efficiency. So your money is growing faster for you. Let me put it to you this way, guys. There are only 24 hours in a day. If you watch my video that went viral, okay, on the School of Hard Knocks, that video is like tens of millions, okay, of views. You know what I said there? You see, wealthy people understand one thing and poor doesn't. And it's this. Einstein says one of the miracles of the world is what? Compound interest. But I said in the video, there are only 24 hours in a day. 8 hours you're working, 8 hours you're sleeping, okay? And what happened? You can't make $1 million with that schedule. It's impossible. Guys, the first 40 hours is designed for you to make a living to pay your bills. That's simple as that. I don't know why people think 40 hours can ever set them free. It's impossible. So the only way you're going to become financially free, honestly speaking, is you, no joke, is you building something for yourself. Because at this point, you control your time. You decide how much money you want to make. So at that level, you have a better control of time, because time is an illusion. But you can make time work to your favor if you're smart enough. And why am I talking about that? Because compound interest is the greatest equalizer. Compound interest doesn't sleep. Compound interest is there for you 24/7. It's Christmas. It's Ramadan. It is holiday time. It's about, guys, it can be anything. Your compound interest is working 24/7. This is the reason why you need to be solving for an investment that allow you a compound interest mechanism. This will do that for you, okay? It will do that for you. Now, let's talk about the strategic advantages, okay, of universal life. The enhanced growth potential, like I mentioned earlier. So obviously, it's going to keep growing for you. There is a lower initial cost. People don't understand that part. Because often, the lower initial premiums compared to whole life policies, whole life is actually more expensive. It's kind of weird. You would think the whole life is going to be cheaper than IUL with all this flexibility and benefits. No, IUL is cheaper than a whole life initially because it charges you for your current age. So it's almost like a term policy. You you guys follow me so far on this? And so I want you to understand, like, again, remember, everybody, kind of funny. I see somebody just posted something. What's sad? There's something we call a low vibration energy level. People who are low vibration, they tend to be negative. They are not receptive. They criticize all the time. They are not, a lot of them are not even millionaires. They will never say a million because it's negative energy. On the other hand, people who are forward thinking, who are positive, who have great energy, like who tap into the infinite abundantness of the universe, they keep growing. Why is that? Why is that? Think about that for a second. See, I am delivering an incredible message here about growth. Somebody's talking about scamming. You see the level of thinking of people, and that's why some people just are going to be poor no matter what, because they are not even ready to learn, to grow, to get better. Let me continue anyway. Nobody come to my social media and talk crap and get away. No. Because, guys, I'm blessed. Let me say that again. I am blessed. I am blessed. I don't need, and I'm not in want for anything. I'm grateful to God. He blessed me abundantly. So I'm not, why do I need to grow my social media? No. Somebody come here and talk crap, I'll block you, kick your ass out of this place. I'm serious. Yes. I'm not, one time I was broke as a joke. So, oh my God, no, I'm not. So, guys, if you're low frequency energy, you could log off. I'm completely okay with that. I want to bring value to you. I want to be sure that you're growing. What the wealthy people are doing, I want to populate that knowledge for you. I'm excited for you guys, okay? For those of you taking notes, please keep learning. So on the IUL, I'm talking about lower costs. It's good for you. Then there's a flexibility in financing planning. Let me explain what that means, okay? You see, because of the adaptability of index universal life policies, it allows for what we call a dynamic financial planning. Policyholders can adjust their premiums. They can adjust their debt benefits. They can even do what we call a loan strategist. So they can bend things to their own goals and to their financial needs. You guys follow me so far on this? This is the reason why the wealthy people are inclined to using Index Universal Life. Now, let's talk about the potential for what we call a higher return, the potential for a higher growth. You see, I want you to just think about this. If you were to put together the stock market and how the stock market operated the last 10 years and put together an IUL, okay, you will see in some occasions an IUL perform better. Why? Because don't forget, an IUL does not participate in losses, only in gains. So imagine if you're going like this, because there's only one movement, it's an upward movement. So if you keep going like this, when the market goes like this, you're flat. Because if the market is down, you don't make any money, but you don't lose anything. So imagine you're up, and then you're stationary. Then back up, and then you're stationary. That's how you need to conceive of this concept. So because of that, for the most part, you have a better, higher return. Now, let me give you some consideration and potential drawbacks. Because guys, there's pluses and there are minuses. Even a broken clock, okay, it's right twice a day. You guys follow me so far on this? Pluses and minuses. So while an IUL offers tremendous advantages for infinite banking, it's also very important to be aware of the potential challenges. Number one, complexity. This is very, very important. You see, IUL policies may be more complex than your traditional whole life policies. Understanding the intricacies, especially of the index crediting methods, your caps, what we call caps, the participation rates, and policy fees is crucial for effective implementation. So you need to have a reasonable level of knowledge so that this way you are able to populate, especially understanding the intricacies of an IUL. This is very, very important because what people don't understand, they tend to what? They tend to criticize, unfortunately. Number two, you need to know about the drawback, the cap and participation limits. The growth potential is subject to what we call caps, which is what? The maximum interest rates that you can get. That's why I said if the market is going 10%, they may only give you 6%. That means you're capped at 6% in this case. No, the reason it's important to know that is because, as you're looking at your gains in the marketplace, you might be thinking, oh, hold on a second, why am I not getting all my gains? That's the reason why. Number three, it actually requires an active management. You see, to maximize the benefits of an infinite banking, using IUL, policyholder must actively manage their policies, including monitoring the performances of your policies. It's very, very important that you monitor that because you're going to have an idea. You're not going to lose anything, but it's good for you to know how your policy is actually performing. So there's a reasonable level of overseeing on your part that you have to pay attention to when it comes to your life insurance using IUL. Now, the last part is the impact of loans and policy performance. You see, when you take out a loan against your cash value, in some cases, it could reduce your debt benefit. So it depends on how it's structured. If loans are not repaid, they can impact the policy's performance and the overall infinite banking strategy. So you need to pay attention to that part because, and again, it's just part of those things that you need to be aware of. Now, having said that, right, you need to work with a very knowledgeable advisor. Let me say this again. Please work with a very knowledgeable advisor. Guys, the way I live my life, is this, okay? The way I live my life. If I'm not good at something, I'm willing to pay someone else who's good at it to help me out. That's just the way I think, and that's where I operate. You should do the same thing with your life. If for those of you anyway that subscribe to that philosophy. So you need a very good advisor who has been in the business, who know what they're doing. You see, for me, I'm so blessed. This is what I've done the last 28 years. So apparently when you talk about the knowledge base of this, it's fair for me to say it's unmatched because I know what it takes to set up a plan like this, and I've done thousands of this plan in my entire career. So you need a knowledgeable advisor. You need to collaborate with an advisor, experience in IUL, an infinite banking concept to tailor the policy to your specific needs. You need that. Let me say, you need that. And by the way, if you don't have someone you trust, someone you like, feel free to reach out to me, to DM me or text me, on my IG or even on YouTube. Post there. I will give you my personal number so we can talk. But you do, and if you have one you're happy with, stay with that person. It's okay. But you need to have a good advisor. Number two, focus on the long-term growth. So, in other words, don't be one of those people like, oh my God, you're fidgeting. No. Long-term growth. So, patience is always key in everything you do when it comes to investing. You got to be very, very patient. Like quick in, quick out is also quick loss. So keep that in mind. Allow the cash value to grow over a period of time to maximize the debt benefits, compounding, and loan accessibility. So don't be one of those people like every 5 minutes, no, I need to take money out. You will lose out if you do that. The next is managing your loan very wisely, because when you take your loan out, you have to borrow strategically, prioritize repayment, and maintain the policy's health. Keep the policy very healthy. The next is you got to regularly review and adjust the policy to meet your needs, because as things are changing, you also need to be what? You need to be able to change. So periodically, make an assessment, look at the policy's performance, make necessary adjustments to premiums, to debt benefits, loan strategies, aligned with changing financial circumstances so that you are A-okay. Let me bring this to a close, okay? Guys, Index Universal Life offers a very robust foundation for infinite banking system. And this IBC, infinite banking concept, is here to stay, because people now, the train have left the station. People now have caught to the idea that it just makes sense to become your own bank. Rich people understand this, poor people don't understand this. Just, like constantly, you have to be thinking, what is the next thing? How can I continue to make money? Double down on my making money concept and get really good at it again. These are some of the things that you need to organically be thinking about. But in this case, right, I want to understand, when you combine the benefits of life insurance with flexible cash value growth tied to the market indexes, guys, you're set. It's very simple. Its potential for enhanced cash value accumulation, flexible access to funds through the policy loans, and even protection against market downturns, it make it very compelling choice. And this is the reason why individuals that are seeking for greater financial control, wealth building opportunities, or even just for you to activate your wealth, Index Universal Life is a great concept for you to go to when you talk about IBC, infinite banking concept. Let me bring this to a close. Guys, let me put it to you this way. God created trees and God created grass. God created both. Trees are taller than grass. There's a reason why. Once in the blue moon, a grass will grow on top of a tree. Why am I talking to you in this language? Because sometimes some people are lucky to be born with a lot of money, and that's a beautiful thing. So those people can then grow their money, triple down on their money, etc. But majority of people in the world are not born with a lot of money. You can follow me, guys. I didn't come, okay, from a lot of cash. I never did. You guys follow me so far on this? I worked my way up from the bottom. So I'm one of those guys, like a grass that end up growing on a tree. You may be listening to me right now, and you may be saying to yourself, wow, maybe I need to check out this concept of IBC, infinite banking concept. Or maybe you're saying, but I don't have enough money, how do I start this? Or better still, you're listening to me and you're saying, wow, this guy makes sense, but where do I start? Let me make it simple for you. Number one, feel free to contact me. I have a team of people around me. I'm 20 years in the business. And so the goal will be to educate you. Let me say that again. The goal is to educate you. Very simple. This product is not for everybody. So if you're one of those people that want to play Nostradamus, you want to be in the stock market, you want to take the risk, this is not for you. This one right here is meant for those that say, I don't want to lose any money, but I don't want to have my money in the bank making almost nothing. No, I want to be in a place that is a better yield for my money. Then this is for you. Okay. Number two, you need a reasonable level of health. Health meaning, if somebody has a situation going on, okay, a disease or something, what's going on with them, or somebody has cancer or any of those things, the problem with that, it's like a house is burning and you say you want fire insurance, nobody's going to look at you. So you need to have a reasonably good health. That's very, very important. Number three is your affordability. Don't go crazy with things. Take what you can afford, okay? Rome was not built in a day, one block at a time. So the money, like per weekly, what you could put away towards savings, start rerouting that money and put it towards your IUL. Because by doing that, guys, if you put $1 away every day, at the end of the year, you have how much? 360, right? Okay, now imagine you do that for 2 or 3 years, and then guess what happened? Now you have thousands. Guys, it's very simple. It's not complicated. Just start something so you can activate your wealth. All right, guys, let me just say this. Thank you so much for joining me today. The goal was to educate tremendously on how Index Universal Life works. Let me recap everything I just went over with you guys right now. Okay, I went over in using insurance IBC, comprehensive overview, and using Index Universal Life as what we call infinite banking, like the wealthy people do. I cover with you guys understanding the concept of infinite banking. I cover cash value with you guys, accessing funds and loans. I also cover exactly what is it to say I have Index Universal Life. I cover flexibility, adjustability, interest crediting, and policy loans. I also cover with you guys why IUL infinite banking is ideal. I talk about the cash value accumulation, tax deferred, if structured properly could be tax free. I cover with you guys, like accessible loans, okay, giving you guys tax advantages, protection from the market downturns. I also cover participation in the market upside without participating in the market downside. I cover with you guys leveraging the power of compound interest, like Einstein says, that what? The gift, one of the 7 wonders of the world, one of the miracles of the world is what? Compound interest. I cover that with you guys. I cover the strategic advantages of using IUL for infinite banking, okay? Enhanced growth potential compared to traditional whole life. I talk about the lower cost, flexibility of financial planning. I talk about the consideration for the drawbacks, because everything that is good have a negative side, so it's fair to cover both sides. In the drawback, I talk about the complexity of understanding IUL, so you really understand how it works. I talk about the cost and fees. I talk about the cap, and participation limits. I talk about, requiring active management. I also talk about the best practices for infinite banking, getting the right advisor, managing the loan very wisely, regularly reviewing and adjusting your policy. That's everything I just covered with you guys today. If you enjoy my content, just subscribe to my channel, follow me, set up your notifications so when I go live, you'll be notified. But my job is I want to continue to make the world a better place through financial literacy. It's my contribution to the universe for being so good to me, being nice to me, from the man upstairs called God. So I am grateful. So I will continue to share this knowledge to the willing. I know not everybody is willing. For those of you that want to track me down on this stuff, feel free. 954-478-4498. Again, 954-478-4498. That's my social media number. Feel free to text me. If you're texting me, be very specific. I get a lot of text messages per day. So be very specific on your text message, the purpose of the text, your interest, clarifications. For those of you that have a lot of questions for me, there's an app called Minnect. M-I-N-N-E-C-T. It's called Minnect. M-I-N-N-E-C-T. It's a paid app. You can reach me on Minnect. You can ask me any questions about anything. It'll be right there for you. And for those of you who are new, just following me, feel free on my YouTube. Watch a lot of my YouTube video. If you like this video, I promise you, you're going to like a lot of my other video, especially go back and watch the video on the Federal Reserve Bank, the whole story about Federal Reserve. What is Federal Reserve Bank? Go watch that. If you like this video, I promise you, you're going to love this video. For those of you on Instagram, feel free to follow me on IG. I just released a video today. I know you're going to love, on Instagram. Literally, follow me on my IG. Okay, this reels just got released. This just got released. On my IG. This is from a medical. This is a medical podcasting with a nurse psychiatrist by the name Sleeping with Sonia. A great podcast. It's going to be released today. I'm going to share that on my YouTube also. Feel free to come back and watch. But anyway, with that said, thank you so much for the time today. Please walk like it's up to you and pray like it's up to God. Have a great one, everyone. Bye now. Love every one of you guys, and thank you for watching.